Welcome to our channel Lightning Vision. Today Mother will continue with part 2 on the subject of violence. So in the first video that I really recommend that you watch because it's really important to understand where does violence come from, and that it is, Mother explained that it is a life force and it can be positive or negative. So today, Mother, welcome. You will continue and you will explain how we can canalize the energy.
That's the goal, I would say. This life force that I already talked about is, as I said, neutral. It comes to violence when it gets blocked. In modern societies, there is more and more reason for this force to get blocked, not to be able to express itself naturally, as I said already, because of our sedentary habits, but also, I think, because of a lot of frustration amongst men. Many people on a daily basis are not working in types of work or working environments that really suits them. They have to do work behind a desk, and they would like to work in nature. They would like to work in a social sphere, and they are all alone or all day long. They have to sell products they don't believe in. There are many, many reasons why a human being nowadays, even without realizing it on a deeper level, is frustrated. I think that's one of the main reasons why violence becomes a problem. And then we can start drinking or taking pills to get rid of this tension, but it doesn't work. Not really, because this tension goes somewhere. And then you see this tension going somewhere where it can find an outlet, and you see youngsters becoming aggressive. Aggression amongst young people is more and more a problem. Whereas the adults or the elder people take pills to stay calm or to be able to sleep. But the problem is there also. But it's suppressed. And in this whole of this psychological environment in which modern man has to grow up and live, suddenly yes, this life force is quite blocked. And even sport cannot always help it. As I already said, the goal of this force, the next step, the next level that we should attain, or we better attain, is the widening of our consciousness. And that is something new, and I already said, there also is a blockage, because then modern mind, modern intellectual thinking, the modern philosophy says, yes, but God doesn't exist. What is unseen? Well, we can't see it, so there's a question mark. Does it exist? Nobody knows. Well, few of us know. After death, which is the same kind of question, there is perhaps nothing. So you see a human behavior come up where we have to do everything here and now on the physical plane. And if you're taking, if your work in your life takes you to sit down all day long or to watch television, you don't have many means to express this force physically or in an artistical way. Yeah, where does it go? Yes, where does this force go? And it becomes violent in a very basic and rude manner. What I found out, what I've seen in working with young people, is there's an enormous thirst to deepen out life. When you talk with young people about unseen realities, spirituality, not necessarily God, the God that we know from the old church, but the idea that life has a deeper sense. What might be the meaning, the deeper meaning behind the difficulties we encounter in daily life? They are very open to it. And if they're not, that happens, but it's a minority. And that minority is either forced by the parents to stick to the materialistic point of view for all kinds of reasons. Or this minority is scared because it puts into question a lot of things in life, to adopt another vision on life. But I would say a majority is very open, and it was for me a great joy to work with those young people that were open. Because once you enable them to express themselves on the subject, they are very, very intelligent, very clever, very conscious, I would say. So for me, one of the issues, one of the directions this natural force can go and should go, you can see when you start talking with young people about another sense of life. You feel there's something coming up that's fresh, that's new, that finds solutions naturally for many problems, and that's creating a future. But that has nothing to do with the ancient, mundane thinking of, well, the problem is this, and then the solution must be that. It's far more creative. It has to do with what is the real nature of the problem. And we deepen this out, and then, what kind of solution might naturally come up? And it comes up. Not in the mind of one person who should know the answer, but many feel it at the same time. That's what I think a very interesting biological or even spiritual process that you see amongst young people when they are sitting together and they have to think together about a solution for difficulty. They naturally, in their youth, in their openness for new adventures, for new dimensions, they start thinking in different ways, and not just one, but together, and that's what's beautiful. They start thinking together about what might be the problem, the real problem. Not things they've heard necessarily from their parents or they've read in books, but they have this freshness of youth to tap into other sources of knowledge. And there you come in spiritual realms. It has to do with thinking deep inside yourself on the soul level. Young people naturally, far more naturally than elder people who are more formed already by certain visions on life. Young people have this openness to find solutions that come, I would say, surely say, from the soul level. And there you see an enormous unity appearing. Many of them suddenly find together the solution, or think in the same way without thinking like a pattern. They each think in their own way and find together a solution that perfectly fits the problem. That is for me one of the most creative outlets in the future for this energy. That's to say, being together to find solutions. Not because we have so many problems, but because even a problem is a creative challenge. Problems have always been there. They make part of human, have always made part of human life through history. You can't find any moment in history where there weren't problems to be solved on all levels of existence. Physical, emotional, social, intellectual. But that is an invitation to man to what I already tried to explain, to use this inner creativity to go further, but not one person alone who should have the answer, but more and more, and that has also to do with growth, the growth of mankind, to do it together. I think violence in modern society shows, in spite of the way, the form it takes, whether it's youngsters that become violent or adults that start fighting. It doesn't matter. Violence, in many ways, when you feel it as threatening or a kind of disharmony, it only says to us the old structures are being abolished. It's the old house is tumbling down, coming down. It was good for the past, but we seek new ways. And even if you're already a bit older, you do not have to need to have to be 16 to be able to open your mind and to open up to a new vision. In theory, everybody can do that if they want it. But it's the idea, and that's again this little plant that seeks a way out through the soil. This new way of seeing things through man seeks a way out and is destructing the old thinking patterns and telling us, whether we are adult or youngsters, seek together a new way towards a new way of thinking. Try to come in contact with the soul in yourself, something deep inside yourself, where we all meet as human beings, in spite of our cultural or social differences or intellectual differences, where we all meet and where we together can find solutions that on which on benefit of the harmony of the whole. I think violence is only an invitation to a new kind of thinking and working together to seek the solutions that are there.
Thank you, Mother. This is we just you just answer a question about violence, and it's quite encouraging. Thank you so much. So this was the conclusion on the subject of violence. So please write us your comments, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss the other questions that we ask your Mother. Thank you, and have a good day.
Cold, you feel alone, so far away from home. Who will lead you back to days when the sun was shining not far away from home?
lead you back to days when the sun was shining not far away from home. Oh, you took a long way home, you took a long way home. Oh, you took a long way home, you took a long way home. Love will lead you back to days when the sun was shining not far away from home. Love will lead you back to days when the sun was shining not far away from home. Love will lead you back to days when the sun was shining not far away from home. 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 Not far away. Not far.